Good evening. I'm Dennis Hoffman. I'm sitting at my desk in my home office here, reflecting a bit on the day we've just had and the last few weeks. And we, of course, have experienced and are going to experience even more challenges in the future here. Not unlike many of you, this has been one of the most challenging times in my professional life. And you can see by looking at me, I've lived a few decades. I am privileged and blessed to have been leading Volunteers America Dakotas here for some 8 years. It's actually been the fulfillment of a 20-year dream that I've had as I attended seminary and then dropped out, and here I am this many decades later being in a ministry of service. Over the years, I've mentioned that many of people that I've chatted with that our lives seem to have many high highs and a few low lows, and thank goodness that we spend a lot of our time in the in-between ground. Right now we're going through some painful times. One of the thoughts I have in my mind during times like this, and we've had a few in our lives, comes from Rabbi Harold Kushner, who wrote an amazing book back in the 70s. And it was about experiencing the challenges of life. It was written, in fact, about the book of Job. There's a poem in there that was created, and the poem goes like this: pain doesn't last forever, so grit your teeth and let it hurt. Pain does not last forever. Don't deny it. Don't be overwhelmed by it. Pain doesn't last forever. Someday it will be gone, and we, by God's grace, will still be standing there. And those words have been important words for me over the years as I've addressed certain challenges. I spent many years of my life working in the financial services market and markets in the service area. Handful of times we faced events like this. We call them black swan events. Perhaps many of you have heard that term, especially lately. As we sit here tonight, our country is really facing two very important and significant and challenging black swan events. One being this terrible health crisis that we have been reading about. And I know that many of you are deep in that, and we in South Dakota have started to see some of it come here, and we know that the pain that you must be under tonight and the challenges. The other one is the financial markets. It's going to be turning in the days ahead to our country is likely heading to a recession, and all of the things that accompany that, especially when we're working in this ministry where we're really leveraging the resources we have, and we many times don't have a lot of reserves. I believe that even recognizing the somewhat dreadful days that we have ahead, that we, by God's grace, majesty, and power, we're going to once again someday move to higher ground. And unlike many of you, we at Volunteers of America are supported by some very committed community leaders. We're led by an experienced and dedicated executive team and leadership team, and we're just absolutely blessed with staff to provide ministry and services to some of the most challenged people in our communities. I'd like to leave you with this. One of the really wonderful events in my life as part of Volunteers America Dakotas is going to Duke University Divinity School. Standing at the third floor stairway looking over that eastward arch, we see some amazing words by John Wesley. John Wesley is reputed at his deathbed to simply have said, "The best of all is that God is with us." With this, I'd like to offer a final blessing to all of you out there. This is a blessing that comes from the writer John O'Donohue. It's from his poetic blessing poem, For Suffering. May you be blessed in the holy names of those who, without you knowing it, help to carry and lighten your pain. May memory bless and protect you with all the hard-earned light of past travail, to remind you that you have survived before, and though the darkness may now be deep, you will soon see the approaching light. May the grace of time heal your wounds. May you know that though the storm might rage, not a hair on your head, yes, not a hair on your head will be harmed. God's blessings.